Greetings, welcome to this short lesson on activity-based costing. It's a topic in cost and management accounting. It's also known as ABC method of calculating unit cost. Activity-based costing is a method of allocating overhead cost to a product. Unlike absorption costing, this method looks at cost caused by different activities and how much of these activities were used by the product in question. Key terms we need to remember in using the ABC method are cost pools and cost drivers. Cost pools are the total cost of a particular activity. It can be machine setup, for an example, ordering cost, or the running cost of a forklift. Cost drivers are the reasons behind these costs. For example, placing an order adds to ordering cost, or setting up a machine incurs setup cost. To calculate unit cost, please follow these steps. First, identify the cost pool and find its total cost. Second, find the cost driver and how many times this driver was used or triggered. Now you have two values to calculate the absorption rate. Divide the total cost pool value by the number of times the cost driver was used. This gives you the per use cost. Multiply this with the number of times the driver was used by the product. Repeat these steps for all cost pools. Once you have allocated these costs, total them per product and divide by number of units produced. This gives you overhead cost per unit. Finally, add direct and overhead unit cost to get the total cost per unit. Now let's try this with an activity. RF manufactures two types of bags, one for travel and one for school. The budgeted cost includes machine maintenance and quality control. We need to calculate cost per unit using ABC method and then selling price with a 60% markup. In the question here, we have been given production in units, direct material cost, direct labor cost, number of quality checks, and labor hours spent on maintenance. Going back to our steps to calculate per unit cost, first we need to find what are the cost pools. Here we got the cost pools, which is machine maintenance and quality control. Now the total value of these cost pool is 1200 and 1800. The cost driver for these pools are the labor hours spent on maintenance for machines and the number of quality checks for quality control. In step 3, we need to calculate absorption rate with the formula, which is total value of the cost pool divided by number of use of a cost driver. For machine maintenance, the driver is the labor hours and the total hours spent on machine maintenance is 55. So we will divide $1,200 by 55, which will give us $21.82 per labor hour. If we need to calculate machine maintenance cost for travel bags, we will use the 30 hours spent on travel bags machine maintenance and we will multiply it with $21.82 per labor hour, which will give us the total overhead cost for machine maintenance for making travel bag. Same way we will do the quality control based on the checks, and same way we will calculate these two costs for school bags. There is a little tip: the total of these overhead costs should be the same as as in the question for machine maintenance and quality control. Once you have done that, we need to calculate overhead cost per unit. Travel bag overhead cost us $1,854.55. Total number of travel bags produced was 1,500. It gives us a cost of $1.24 per unit. Same way, school bags are costing us $1.64 per unit for overhead cost. To find the total cost of the travel bag and school bag, we need to add direct materials and direct labor and overhead cost to find total cost per unit. If in the question you got total cost instead of per unit cost, please divide it by the number of products to find the per unit cost. To find selling price with 60% markup, you will times your total unit cost by 1.6 to find the selling price per unit. Good luck in doing some more questions like that. Please subscribe for more accounting lessons. Thank you very much.